Alright, this is Casey Margarita, and this is what I'm going to say, man, about this, withdrawal shit. A lot of people don't know what withdrawal really does to you, what it really is, and the science and everything behind withdrawal from psychiatric medications. So basically, let's make this clear. Okay, you go on, you feel really good off the medication. You feel at your best off the medication. You feel this good energy, dopamine, and it makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you feel good about life. It just gives you this, yeah. So it just basically makes you feel good, and actually for human survival, that's what dopamine is for. Scientifically, it's been like for basically human survival. The science behind that shit. But yeah, okay. So you feel that way, and then they put you on these medications, these psychiatric medications, all these whatever shit that's blocks the dopamine. Then you start to feel like total shit. It's true. Like, you literally start to feel like shit. You literally start to feel like, I'm trying to think how else to describe it. Basically, you feel fried out. You feel down. You feel, you it literally tries to curse your mind, try to put you under a spell of Satan, to destroy your mood, and by blocking the dopamine, which is what makes you feel good. So basically, you have all these problems, sexual dysfunction, all these problems of, basically by it lowering the dopamine or doing whatever it does, basically, the best way I can describe it as of now is just by calling it, by just saying it makes you feel like shit. It gives you bad energy. You feel all this horrible energy. You feel horrible. You feel, it's literally, that's the truth. So you go on these medications, that's what you get, and basically, now you're under the spell of the medication. Now let's say you're trying to get off of it. Let's say you get off of it. Then what you're gonna have is the withdrawal effect. Meaning, by you going off of the medication, it's gonna give this reaction, this withdrawal reaction, and make you even feel like 10 times more like shit. But what people get deceived thinking that, oh, it's the medication that's it. It's not taking the medication that's causing you to feel even more horrible than when you're on the medication. So basically, they use that to justify, oh, wait, this dude needs to be on medication. This dude needs to continue taking psychiatric medication. When that's not the case. The case is you facing a withdrawal effect from not taking the medication. And then when you go through that, you have to go through that phase. And then eventually, you're going to feel back to yourself. Once you go through that, the withdrawal thing, eventually you're going to feel back for yourself. But if you go back on the medication after that, oh, no, you're never going to feel good ever again. You're never going to feel happy ever again. And that's what it does. It destroys your happiness by you being on psychiatric medication. And even then, it's worse going through withdrawal. It makes you feel even more like shit. And it's not about, oh, put him back on medication. He needs medication. That's why he feel like shit. No, the medication is to make you feel like shit. It's just like, you gotta just go through the withdrawal. You gotta go through the withdrawal and go past that phase. Then once you go through that, you're gonna be back to your happy self. You're gonna have a happy life. You're gonna feel a lot of drive. You're gonna feel good about yourself, good about your, for real, you're gonna feel happy, and that's just the effect of withdrawal. And that's the science behind it, the true science behind it. And people get people get deceived so easily. People, and that's why don't listen to these doctors. They're witch doctors. They're called witch doctors for a reason. They're doing witchcraft, and that's just the whole satanic system behind it. They try deceiving you through that shit, And that's what they do, And basically, yeah, in my experience, it makes me feel like total shit. It really does. The medication makes me feel like total shit. I remember, I would say like the best time of my life was off medication. With feelings, emotions, all that shit, being human, being, I guess whatever, vulnerable, whatever, or not vulnerable like that, but like, you know what I mean? Like basically communicating well and you're like in the with the dopamine effect, when you communicate. And you know like I said, dopamine is for human survival. That's scientifically shit. That's scientific. And all this shit is pseudoscience that they do. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about the withdrawal effect shit. So that being said, peace.